Welcome. Scott here. Here is a quick boss guide for a new raid event, Anachronistic Protector Guardian Raid. The event marks the debut of Lilisette FR. The event synergy units are Lilisette, Jegran, Shelke and Cid Raines. All event characters will be getting their force enhancements. Lilisette will be getting her C90 rework. We will be fighting two guardians which has 85 million HP each. There are no major resistances. The turn requirement is 60. The HP requirements is 10,000. Before I continue further, here is a small disclaimer clause for the video. The guide is written based on the time that the event was released for the Japanese version. Please do note that it is possible that the boss fight mechanics might differ when the actual event is released in global. Like most other Shinryu fights, the boss gains increased brave damage and gain resistances at start of the fight and 79% HP threshold. Bringing a support like Lunafreya, Charlotte, Aerith, Ramza, Shelke, or any units that grants damage boosting aura will make your fight easier. As the boss gains substantial boost to their defenses with the auras, it is important to inflict debuffs that lower their defenses. If you don't have any support character with FR, Lilisette is a nice option for that. For this month, 5 of the events will feature a form of elemental lockout. Throughout the fight, the bosses resist all elements except for non-elemental attacks. You can still bypass this with Brave cap damage or Rainbow. Brave gains mechanics like Cid or Charlotte. On the screen, I have listed down the examples of the key utility that you can consider for this fight. As mentioned earlier, the boss will have 999% brave damage resistance against all elements except for non-elemental. To avoid the issue, you can just bring non-elemental units. However, if you want to bring elemental units, you need to bring an enabler unit like Setzer, Charlotte, or Cid. Jegran has rainbow utility for himself. Core has limited rainbow utility with his Reaper Gale. The boss will unleash a party wipe attack with its force ability Meteor+++ if you don't have any debuffs on the bosses when it executes its force ability. For examples of non-elemental debuffers, you can consider Lilisette, Titus, Arania, Aerith, Terra, Hope, Kefka, the Emperor, Arsila, X-Death and Edward. Jegran's debuff are field effects so it cannot be dispelled. It is a permanent effect as long as Jegran is on the battlefield. As the boss will gain instant turns as it changes its battle program, so a counter and off-turn damage will be beneficial here. You can consider bringing one of the 3 counter tanks like Orin, Golov, and Gladio. If you intend to nuke the boss from the onset, follow-up units like the Dragoon's Cane and Freya or follow-up attack like Sasnii and Yang will be useful here as well. As we are no longer have Lufania Plus fights, the boss guide will be focused primarily on Shinryu fights. In Shinryu, you need to understand the effects gained by the boss as the force gauge build up, its force ability and its force time effect. As your party has low force levels, it is highly certain that the boss force gauge will build up faster than yours. To have a better understanding on the basics of the force gauge mechanics and Shinryu fights, I have done a video explaining the mechanics. I have included the link to the video under the comments and video description for your quick reference. Throughout the fight, the boss will gain 999% brave damage resistance against all elements except non-elemental brave attacks. The boss force gauge will gain a 1% charge per action taken by your party. The boss force gauge will build up faster as its HP is lowered. You can refer to the table on the screen for the percentages. At the 100% threshold, the boss will use its force ability and activates its force time for 10 turns. The force ability use will depend on the current state the boss is in. If the boss has no debuffs on it when its force time is activated, it will use Meteor+++, which is a party wipe game over attack. If there is at least one debuff, it will use Meteor++, which is a brave gain followed by a guaranteed hit HP attack that reduces all your party members' HP to 20% of their current HP. You can negate the effect with HP damage immunity effects like Nine's White Knight buff or Beatrix Holy Knight safeguard. Upon using the force ability, the boss will enter into its force time where the gauge will start to emit a red hue with a counter of 10 on its gauge. When the force time is activated, the bosses will gain an enhancement that prevents the boss from getting KO. If it is about to be dead, its HP will be remained as 1. As the turn count is 60 turns, so it might be your best interest to avoid the boss from trigger it. To deal the boss force weakness, you need to use a melee force ability that grants ally Brave, which is Lilisette FR. Now let's go through the fight key mechanics. This slide will give a quick overview of the fight. The boss will change its battle program depending on its current HP. You can identify the type of the battle program that the boss is in by the color of the orb. Every battle program will have its special field effect. The boss will start off with Kraken followed by Marlboro and Ultima Weapon. At the 49% HP threshold, the boss will revert back to Kraken and the cycle start all over again. When the orb is blue, it is in Kraken mode. The boss will enter into this mode at the start and 49% HP thresholds. The mode will last until the boss changes its mode. While in this mode, the boss will gain a Brave Regen that equates to 200% of its initial Brave. Its attacks are mainly high-pressure water cannon, a single target Brave attack and suffocating winds, another single Brave attack that inflicts a 50% speed down debuff. When the orb is green, it is in Marlboro mode. The boss will enter into this mode at the 79% and 29% HP thresholds. The mode will last until the boss changes its mode. While in this mode, the boss will gain an effect that its Brave cannot drop to below 1% of its max Brave. While in this mode, it will use Tentacle Slap, a single target Brave attack along with Bad Breath that inflicts 3 turns blind, 3 turns minus 50% speed down and 3 turns Brave Poison effect. When the orb is purple, it is in Ultima Weapon mode. The boss will enter into this mode at the 59% and 19% HP thresholds. The mode will last until the boss changes its mode. While in this mode, the boss gains an additional 100% Brave damage resistance. For its attacks, it will use mainly Flare, a single target magic Brave attack along with Meteor, an AoE Brave attack, which will grant the boss high turn rate upon breaking a target. Throughout all 3 modes, the boss will use Laser, a single HP attack whenever its Brave is high enough to do a HP attack. So do watch out for that if you are doing a hit and counter setup. Whenever the boss changes its mode, it will gain 2 instant turns on its next turn. The instant turns will trigger at the following thresholds: 79%, 59%, 49%, 29%, and 19%. We have come to the last part of the guide. Before I end the guide, let's cover a bit on the featured FR unit, Lilisette. The FR conditions is an ideal attack type FR. As long as the boss is inflicted 8 debuff and Lilisette's buffs are active, you will get 70% HP damage whenever you do an ability that attack the enemy. Now let's quickly go through her FR conditions. 1. Attack debuffed enemy. You will gain 5% HP damage per debuff on the boss. In other words, if the boss is inflicted with 8 debuffs, you can gain 40% HP damage bonus. Lilisette offers 5 debuffs. So you just need to bring 3 more other debuffs to meet the 8 debuffs quota. 2. The second condition is that you deal critical Brave damage and you will get 30% HP damage bonus. Lilisette grants the party 100% critical rate up as long as her rousing Samba buff is active. Generally, this is a very nice attack FR and Lilisette can supercharge the gauge well with her sensual dance. Unfortunately, she is unable to abuse the supercharge strategy. When her force time is up, you will have 30% Brave gains up and it will reduce all enemies' speed by 30%. With this, I have come to the end of my boss guide presentation. Hopefully you find it useful. If you like the video, please give a like. Please subscribe to my channel for future gaming content. Good luck for the fight tomorrow. Bye.